Back into the Advaita Trenches. Question.
I like the direct approach. It resonates with me, but sometimes I feel like I am making it up, that I am fooling myself into feeling this blank aware energetic state and calling it an awakened state, although at other times I know that is not the case.
Well, if you come back to the absolute fact of awareness, you will undercut all of this. All of these what-ifs are conceptual thoughts, musings and imaginings, and what? There is a big difference between thinking about awareness, or the mind's evaluation of where we are, and the immediate cognition of present awareness. Just see the difference, and you step out of this kind of dilemma.
I think that what confuses most people interested in Advaita or non-dual teachings, including myself at times, is the idea that awakening or liberation is a big deal, an extraordinary event, even if subtle, resulting in losing your sense of I.
The quicker you get over this, the better. This is a concept that strings us along until we see it as false. There is simply no event called awakening. It is just a simple pointing out that what we are seeking is the actual awareness shining right now. See this much and the game is up. Right now.
From the descriptions of people like specific teacher mentioned, who I am a fan of and whose books and tapes I have, there seemed to be an extraordinary non-happening, a dropping away of the personal identity of some kind. Reading about this sets people up to wish for something similar as they struggle along, still very much affected by the ups and downs of their ego. They think, gosh, I wish my ego would drop away like that so that I am not so affected by it, so that it becomes just background noise, as it has been described by these sages.
Yes, just see how the mind takes these stories and turns them into a conceptual net that ties us up in knots.
People have this idea that if Teacher X were giving satsang and were being insulted, he or she would be so unidentified with the ego that it wouldn't bother him or her. But if it were to happen to us, we might in fact lose our temper, punch the perpetrator, get embarrassed, in short, be subject to any number of ego reactions that would not occur and be latched onto by an awakened person. With us, these feelings might be in fact latched onto for a long time after the event actually occurred. In other words, identification with the vagaries of our ego conditioning. This, of course, would discredit us in the eyes of the participants and prove that we are not qualified to give satsang in the first place.
I don't know. We have all kinds of imaginings. None of them are particularly useful because they take the focus off of the one thing that matters, what is clear and present within us. If we get this, we get everything of importance. All else is just speculation and is more confusing than clarifying.
I think this is why people see themselves as different in some profound way from popular and well-known teachers.
Yes, this is an unfortunate byproduct of not seeing the fundamentals of what is being pointed out. If you keep things very simple and basic, you will easily avoid this kind of thinking, though. All the thinking of what someone else would do emphasizes separation and the feeling of different individuals. If you stick with seeing things for yourself and go by direct experience, your understanding and actions will fall into place naturally. One thing that is clear is that we don't really have any idea about what we will do next, much less what some imagined great being would do.
So many people in Advaita circles see themselves as still more run by their ego than in touch with the pure intelligent essence of their being as they imagine their teachers are.
Yes, this focus on teachers and different levels of understanding runs rampant, even in non-dual circles. I eventually realized how much of what passes for so-called non-duality is not truly so. If there is any hint that the state you are seeking is not fully present, or that the teacher is more awake than you, it could not possibly be non-duality. As far as I am concerned, the essential point is the realization of your own being. All else is auxiliary. Even books and the greatest teachers do not hold a candle to that existence and awareness that you are. Without that, there could be no books or teachers. The good ones get themselves out of the way pretty quickly and leave you empty-handed.
Even though the seeker might have moments where he has disidentified with his conditioning, he feels like it still has a much stronger pull on his being on a day-to-day basis than someone who is clearly identified with the pure intelligent energy.
Yes, there is real confusion that gets perpetuated. Essentially, the basics have not been pointed out nor clearly seen. Simply put, separation and suffering are in full blossom, even when people are convinced that they have understood or awakened. Many do not recognize what is happening, but once you see what is going on, it is very clear. The sense of individuality has not been truly exposed.
Then it gets even more confusing because these teachers say that everything is it, even your reactions are it. That is the whole meaning of the term non-dual, etc.
Yes, it is often a non-dual veneer over a condition where the belief in a separate self is operating and not yet seen. All my suffering is part of the divine or part of what is, they say. Unfortunately, the roots of suffering are not really clearly understood. This is a slight area where even some well-known teachers are not 100% crisp. I don't really go in for even the suffering is part of the divine approach, although some people really resonate with it. However, it seems imprecise to me, and it does not jibe with my experience, nor how this was pointed out to me.
This is where the students walk off scratching their heads.
Yes, puzzlement reigns.